Hello aspirants, and so your reading must be going on in full swing and your preparation also. Let's hope for that best thing. So let's move on to our new root and new vocabulary series in this. Before I turn to that, your doubts, your confusions, I'm answering. See, every day we have a video and we have plethora of doubts also. So it takes time for the teacher to manage those doubts and read them and do accordingly. So the same thing I would ask you, that keep writing to us, although some of the doubts we haven't answered, but I will surely answer them. I tackle each and every doubt myself individually so that I could give you that individual attention which is required. I hope you would enjoy that root and that vocabulary too. You had said about the CLAT consortium books will be coming up as I promised. I'm going to do that in the new year, that is from the 2021 series. A lot many books and those synopses of those books which have been prescribed by CLAT. So coming up to those synopses of those books and the vocabulary series and the vocabulary boosters, let's first analyze how many roots you've done till now. If we have been running a course for the whole month, you must have jotted down at least some, for example, some 30-40 roots, right? If 30 roots also we take up a scenario, or 25 roots, an average. Each root, if you are learning 5 words, and their synonym 5-10 more, so 25 into 25 is 625, and that 625 into 25, that the series and the chains, you cannot imagine that change that you will feel. So if you're giving 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes to the end, and if you're learning some 1,000 words in a month, what more you can ask for from vocabulary? Yes, this is what is the magic, this is the Midas touch, that kind of incantation that works here, and that is what we are also expecting from you. Let's begin with our today's root. You're all ready, and do write to us whatever problems that you're coming across and the problems that you face. Right, so I move on first today again to give you a list of the vocabulary things that you, besides vocabulary, the reading things, the reading focus that is required in this. Many reading is required, no mugging or cramming. I hope you're reading the Hindu newspaper every day. See, reading Hindu and the editorial section for English especially, the two big editorial sections, those articles are very, very important. They not only give you the glimpse of the world, they keep you abreast of whatever knowledge around you is hanging. So that's very, very important in this series. I hope you are doing that and keep doing that. That's really very important, right? Now turning to our novel section. This is the novels that I would tell you. I've many times asked you to read them. So this time I'm not giving an analysis of each and every novel. The Middlemarch, Train to Pakistan, Mansfield Park, Tom Jones and Room of Unknown. These are wonderful novels, worth reading. Fast readers, keep reading, adding up to your things. The short story series, if you're going for, you should read The Black Cat, Edgar Allan Poe's one. You should read The Dead, and you should also read The Ransom of the Red Chief by O. Henry. The Garden Party is a wonderful read by Catherine Mansfield too. Moving on to our essay series, The Old and the New Masters, Strange Case of Jekyll and Hyde, Of Parents and Children, My Relations, Wisdoms While You Wait. See, when you are reading an article, short stories are usually, more interesting because they capture your attention. Articles, it is not so. The reason being because you have to see in the essays, I said that essays are kind of a brief composition, a composition which is irregular and indigested piece, not a regular and orderly performance. So short stories have a linear order. The movement of the story, it will never be you reading a story that there was once upon a time there were Mr. and Mrs. Bennet and they died. But in essay, you could have a forward, backward movement. You could start with the future, then to the present, past. So everything is, mixed in that. And that is why the things come out in a very bright way. Right? Right. Moving up to our root here, to the root that is the word here that we move to, the root am today, that is love or friendly. Now, when we have the root am, which is meaning in the sense of love or friendly, it means something in which it is more in a friendly manner, a person who is very much attached to the things. Let's take up, before I start with this, it's very important that we take up the series of the root here. That is, for example, the root amity. The word amity, everybody talks of amity. This Amity University is a place where you find this friendly atmosphere. Right, that friendly atmosphere is found at Amity. So that is why the root am is linked with this, that is Amity. Now taking up Amanda, the name of the protagonist in Glass Menagerie. This is an American play and this is by Tennessee Williams. Here the name of the mother is Amanda. Amanda is somebody who's loved, who spreads love, the message of love, because it's more of a motherly feeling for this. So that's Amanda. Amorous is too many illegal affairs. So this is more of licentious person. A lecherous or a carnal or bawdy person. Right, so that is amorous. Enamored is to fall in love with somebody. I'll do make up the sentences for each of them and we'll keep that in mind. Amatory is a love affair or a love relation, and amenity is things that people love to have and make a place in them. Let's move to the first word, Amanda. Amanda is usually the name of a mother who spreads the message of love in this world, right? Amorous. Most of the Charles, who was the King of England, was a very amorous and licentious person. He had various concubines and keeps, and so he had various illegal affairs. The word enamored is fallen in love with somebody. He was enamored by her looks. He was enamored by her beauty. Amatory is a kind of a love relationship which exists for some period of time. That would be in the sense here for the word amatory, a love relation where you're engrossed in. So when you are enamored by somebody's physical looks, it's not important that physical beauty only matters. What is more important is also your internal beauty, your spiritual beauty that matters here, right? Moving on to the next word is amatory, a love relation. When you are in an amatory or in a love relationship, it's very important you are true to your relationship, you're committed to your relationship, and you're very loyal and heartened to it, right? Things that people love to have that make a place beautiful. There are many things that make a place beautiful. There are many things that people love to have in a particular place. So that is also the root here, amenity, things that people love to have and make a place wonderful and beautiful. Turning up to our next words in this, I hope you've written down all of those words. Amanda, amorous, noted down the synonyms for this. Isme root dekhiye, carn is also flesh. So flesh is not carnivorous animals. This is something carnal, which means it's more devoted to a person who is, given to his bodily desires, his fleshy bodily desires. That is carnal. So when we do these words, or licentious means you have the license, the permit to have various illegal affairs. LIC or LEC will be in the sense of getting a permission to do something. When a king is licentious, naturally the people get automatically the permission to be of the same kind, right? Moving on to our next word in this series, the words here for this, okay. Amor is a Spanish word for love. See the change in the spelling, just a bit of change in the spelling. This is E, this is M-O-U-R, just a U added. So this is Spanish, this is Italian, this is French. But all meaning in the sense of, yes, they all mean in the sense of love and affection for something. His amour towards the natural things made him a pantheist. It was the amour of the mother that gave guidance to his life. And the amour of love has the power, the strength to make a person face all the obstacles and problems of life, right? Inamorata is a male who has fallen in love with, and inamorata is a female with whom someone has fallen in love. So this makes a connection between the two, inamorata and inamorata. See, just a letter change here. This is A and this is O. This O stands for the male, this A stands for the female section, right? So a male, that is the lover, we use the word, right? And we use the word beloved for this. Shakespearean poems and sonnets are full of inamoratas, right, and inamoratas, right? Rosalind and Orlando in As You Like It, who have a lot of witty sallies and exchange of those things. This is full of inamoratas, that is male and female love, those who have fallen in love with each other. It's a small little root, but see the knowledge that we get. I have not included two words in this, which I do include now. Amicable and amiable. Now, when we are taking up amicable and amiable, in this here, this is, both of them means a person who is friendly, who loves to talk to people, who is very social. Just the opposite of the word we did, if you remember, coy, shy, reserved, person doesn't mix up with people. So this person is more of very mixing, a person who is social. If we could say the word that he is very gregarious, right? He loves to talk to people, so that is amiable. There is a slight difference with this letter. I am going to take up the confusing words. This has been a part of our questions in the law, I think in the AILET paper. So in that case, we are going to take up that and we are going to understand the difference. This is a kind of a love and affection for the person, particular person. This is for the whole community. I will give you an example for this so that your doubt is clear and the confusion which crops up in your mind can be eradicated completely. Moving on to the next word, that is amateur. Amateur is a person who loves to do something, but he is a novice, a beginner in his field. He is a neophyte. He is a new broom, or we would say a newbie. We have with the color idioms the word linked with this, that is greenhorn. Please note the idiom, that is greenhorn. This is a tyro person. He doesn't have much knowledge of the things, but he is inexperienced although in his field, but he has more desire to do something. So as you would say that you are novices. So simple to remember this word. See, novice. Novice means no evil. Vice means evil. There is two meanings to the word vice. Vice means somebody like vice president, and the vice also means evil. So novice would be a person who has no evils. Somebody is very pure hearted, somebody who is like a kind of an innocence of the child. When you enter into the field of law, you are novices of law. You're going to learn those skills, you're going to learn those techniques of doing things, and so those amateurs are these rookies. They are not professionally trained, they are the rookies of the things, right? I hope this am root is perfectly clear to you. You've understood how you're going to do that and the words that have come up with it, because there have been questions, many questions on this root. This is going to really help you to do all those words and conquer all those roots, right? Very important for you. So do revise it. Many examples more can be made on this, and those examples you should write to me that ma'am, I came across this word, that word. That would be a great help for me, and great help for me in the sense that I would be happy that my students are really doing their work. Okay, so thank you for today. Do like and subscribe our channel. Do write out all the examples. We'll be waiting for your responses. Thank you, students. Thank you.